When I was 8 years old, I first heard about school shootings. Such a threat seemed distant, unimaginable, surreal, and of course horrific. Horrific because it seemed impossible. And yet, it had happened. Now, I'm nearly entering high school. In the 5 years between this time, these occurrences have become a norm, an extreme, threatening reality that begs to be noticed, where every day the same story is echoed through the TV monitor, where every day fear lurks in the pit of my stomach, where every day could very well be my last. And somehow we're supposed to pretend that these things have long passed, because the present is too unpleasant to be acknowledged as such, so we try to carry on into the future, where the same gruesome cycle repeats and repeats and repeats, where the same children are slaughtered again and again, where we watch mother after mother, friend after friend, and school after school become devastated and forever changed from the same thing. The same song plays on the radio every single day, unchanging, and it feels like it'll stay that way, that way, that way. Why is this the world I am living in, where I'm afraid, where I fear that my life could be taken in the next hallway, past the next doorway, or at my own desk? And why is this fear reasonable? Why is that threat tangible? Where does it end? Where does the murder of the innocent cease? What do we have to exchange for a little bit of serenity? When do we realize that the blood of these children is too precious to spill, that to kill means to scar? When will I be able to stop asking these questions? Because this is not a drill. This is real. These are our lives. The new generation, the new world where we hold guns in a higher respect than human lives because the right to bear arms came before colored citizenship and women voting. We live in a world where the ability to take a life came before improving it. Here in modern America, where we have a hashtag called "If I Die in a School Shooting," because that is what our current events are about. And maybe, just maybe, I'll be one of those tweets when the if becomes the is. Maybe they'll have to paste my face on posters and signs for the simple hope that one day this will stop. Maybe they'll have to turn my funeral into a protest. Maybe my sister will have to grow up an only child. Maybe my parents will cry every night. Maybe my friends will need to learn to cope with that trauma. And think about this. I'll just be one of many. And those victims, those children, don't you realize that they have lives too? No, they're worth so much more than just lives. They're more than names on a gravestone, more than part of the ever-growing statistics, that one was my classmate or my closest friend or my brother. They are the sobs of their mother, the blankness in their best friend's eyes, the long hours their father decides to take on to distract from the silence at home. It's not just lives being taken. It's lives being ruined. They will leave behind a charred, premature forest or a broken dream without a sensible gleam for a future. The dream to nurture, to change, to create, and to build. How can we build a world atop the ashes of our fellow peers, a monument on top of their corpses? How do we look forward when the past keeps finding ways into our hearts, when this boundless manslaughter keeps happening with no sign of it coming to a stop? We are the best bet for a future. But this present, this now, my generation can never forget.